I see a lot of cases where American children are abusive towards their immigrant parent. So they're doing things like locking their parent in the room, belittling and degrading their parent for not being educated enough or not speaking fluent English. They get right up in their parents' face and they yell and scream at them. They intimidate them. They scare them. They make them afraid to come to their own home and sleep every night. These children spent their whole life residing with their parent, but they're now over the age of 21. And I don't know why or how this dynamic forms, but they are abusive towards their parent. Let me tell you about one of my clients. His name is David. He's a big macho man, and he's from the country of Ecuador. When he first came to me, we started to discuss his family dynamic. He and his wife immigrated from Ecuador to America about 30 years ago. They have 4 children who were all born in the United States, and his oldest son, of course, who is a US citizen, went to the Army after he turned 18. When he got back from the Army at the age of 22, he moved back into his childhood bedroom with his father, and that's when the abuse intensified. He was intimidating and threatening David on a daily basis if he didn't get what he wanted. He would demand money, he would demand rides and transportation. If David didn't comply, his son would intimidate and physically threaten to harm him. His son would sit at home and play video games all day. Now, David worked really hard. He was a hardworking man. He would go to work, he would come home, and his son would get in his face and scream, demanding that he take him to the video store right away and that they spend hundreds of dollars on video games. So if David put his foot down and said no to his son would threaten to call immigration on him. When David was in my office telling me about his son, he just started to cry and shake. He was just so embarrassed, and he just kept blaming himself. He felt like he failed as a father. I know that people typically think of VAWA as a husband and wife situation. However, you can also file VAWA in this situation, in which the child is American, over the age of 21, and has abused their immigrant parent. I quickly realized that David had a great VAWA case. So after we talked a bit, he agreed that we should proceed with the case. Now, after 30 years of working hard to provide for his family in America, David has a green card. In addition, he no longer has to live in fear with his son. I know you're wondering, where is David today? I'm happy to report to you that David is living in Chicago happily on his own with a green card. I know this topic is very uncomfortable to talk about, but I see a lot of cases like this. If your adult child is abusing you, please know you don't have to put up with this. I just need you to do one little thing. Just give us a call so we can talk. It's just a conversation. You're not obligated to hire me or file a case, but we need to talk.